All right, grasshoppers. Oh, thank God. We went 2 weeks without having a show with the great Mark Puttenvink. Not only I got a problem. I got a concern right off the bat. Not only do you not have like a wife beater T-shirt on, you've got like the flannel on it covering up. Like, people come to see stuff. Like people go to an art show. They go to an art show for a reason, to see an exhibit.
Well, I'm OnlyFans now, so the people got to sign up.
I did not even know what OnlyFans was. A former kid I used to coach, same age as my oldest son Shane. He made 150 grand in his first month on OnlyFans, and he wasn't doing porno stuff. He's jacked. So he's the squirrel. He's the squirrel guy. He has like 2 million followers on TikTok because he has a pet squirrel that he's had in his house for 3 years. And so now he's got a girlfriend that's all tattooed up and everything. They got paid. Let me get this straight. They get paid like I think it was $1,500 for her to scratch his armpits for 15 seconds.
So we watched Chris Rock's comedy concert last night on Netflix.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, he opens up saying, like, you can make a living now showing your ass.
Oh yeah.
That's all you do. Right?
These women, their feet pictures, the pictures of their feet. There's a guy out in LA who's a agent just for women who put pictures of their feet on what's OnlyFans?
Well, for two things. One, I thought the first time I heard it, I thought it was OnlyFans. Who's that? 3 people? God bless him. No, he's got a lot of fans. But anyhow, so Rex Ryan, I mean, famously, remember Rex Ryan?
Yeah.
Him and his wife, they were doing porno with the feet and everything. I don't want to say it was porno, but it was like OnlyFans. But it was.
I actually met a woman who got hired by her and a friend got hired by Rex Ryan to go to dinner, and have them take their shoes off under the table, and really nothing. It wasn't, you just, oh my God.
I don't get it. I mean, in fact, my feet are so ugly from just being in skates and wearing flip and running around. That like I can hold a back up by walking with no shoes on.
You know what? Maybe that's what we should do. Our feet are so bad we should post them on
OnlyFans.
They're so bad that maybe somebody will want to see them because they're so bad.
Yeah. So we can raise money on it. Let's find a charity. We'll do the ugly. Who's got the ugliest feet on the planet?
Oh, mine are terrible.
Mine are pretty bad.
Oh, I have to bring a blanket. We're gonna go to the beach. I have to bring a blanket over my feet. Oh, that's terrible. Oh God.
I just bury them in the sand.
Okay, but everybody has their own thing.
Yeah.
But okay, so men are looking at pictures of women's feet and obviously getting aroused by it.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, listen, here's my thing. Teach their own. You're fine with, as long as you're not hurting anybody, that's cool.
I agree.
I think where I draw the line is where you want to educate a kindergartner about it. Then we have a problem.
Oh, I know. Man.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy.
That is tough.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm seeing more and more too, and again, everybody does their own thing. It seems like women they're either pansexual or they're asexual. There's all this different. I have to look at Google all the time to find out what does that mean.
I think now, like, because we're older, but if I was single and I went to a bar, I'd have to bring like a handbook with me.
Oh yeah.
To try and like, hold on, what would you say? And like kind of look it up, right?
I know.
So I have no idea.
What is the there's transsexual, bisexual, pansexual. Pansexual. What is? I think pansexual is you don't really get turned on by anybody necessarily.
And then you got. I can't keep up with it. There's too many. I think some people are just greedy. They're like trying to cover all bases, right?
And there was one I saw news. I didn't know if it was for real or not. I think I saw it on YouTube or whatever, a new show where there's people, they have a phobia about losing limbs or whatever, so they cut their limbs off.
What?
Yeah, there was something. I can't remember what it was. I'm listening to that can't be real.
Man.
I looked it up a little bit, and it was the real thing.
That's a bit much. I mean,
I know.
Showing your feet is one thing, but chopping it off. And plus, I mean, after a while, you run out of limbs.
I know.
Like I'm out of work. Why? Because I'm out of limbs.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Where my chicken is back. All right. I made money showing photos of my feet years ago. A carnival bought them for their free show. Are you telling the truth? Oh man, that's unbelievable. Some of the stories you hear about the women like soiled underwear they're selling online. And
everything. Oh yeah. I mean, there's a market for everything. I mean, literally everything, and it's frightening.
Okay, what should we sell then? Like what unique things should we sell? My liver. My liver.
No, don't do. You're gonna want that. You're gonna want that. Well, you've seen. There's a very famous meme. If you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you. It's this really gorgeous, and she's like Latino, but like smoking hot girl, and she's got her hand out, and she's like grabbing your hand, like you're looking
Oh
at,
yeah.
and behind her is a shed, and this says, "This is how you end up losing a kidney." They go in and they bonk you over the head, they take out your kidney, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, I should have saved my spleen. Sold that if I known it.
Because there was those movies out that were like the kids were on spring break and they ended up and they're wired up into the hospital bed and they're taking parts out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's one. Barry Shelley right here. There's our buddy. Mark's used flip flops. They should sell those. Those good. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Barry, first of all, those things, they have a life of their own. So I got the 2022 from last year. I got to get some new ones because I wear them so much that and you can notice like how you're jacked up, like what chips off. You look at the bottom of those things and like one is down to like nothing, the other one's stolen. Right. So yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this on air. I know we did talk about it privately, but I went through about a month there where I was just dragging my ass, like getting in the gym and everything. Bad diet, and it's fun. I had to kick myself and ran. Come on, let's go. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's this weather. Every day's gray. There's nothing to look forward to right now. We're talking about this, and I caught myself doing the same thing, getting a little bit down and depressed, depressed, I guess, and not really like working out, like kind of half stepping through the workout. And I think that pretty much like to what you're saying, this weekend I just said, all right, enough of that crap, man.
Right. Now I know your kids are grown. I have a buddy of mine I was talking to the other day, just totally down the dumps, married, daughters, beautiful family, and everything. And he's a happy guy. But he's just like, I don't get to whine to anybody. Like nobody wants to listen to me as a guy. Like you talk about like guys wanting to get things off their chest. I think we also need to do a better job of being listeners too for the guys.
I think
married guys with kids and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So here's the thing too, and I wish you lived closer. That's why like Bill and Johnny and Brad and whoever, we get together and we do these we call them a mountain hike. It's really just to go out, get some air, do a little hike, and have some laughs, and kind of just feel your way through it, because it's true. This COVID thing screwed up everybody. I mean, we're not supposed to be alone. We're supposed to be with people. Yeah. And I got another call over the weekend. Another from a mom, young man I used to train. Went to an Ivy League school. When he got to the Ivy League school, they shut it down because of COVID. I mean, he had worked so hard to get in there, right? And now he's graduating. He's not motivated to continue in further education or get a job. And she said he went to the doctor's test level was 375.
Testosterone.
Yeah, and that's like really low.
What's a normal score for testosterone?
Well, it depends. It's age related, but I would say anything between 600 and 700 is pretty normal. Okay. But anyhow, so yeah, that was pretty low. And again, that's a matter of not exercising, being depressed. Yeah. When you get depressed, all your immune drops. You're not pumping out dopamine, serotonin levels, testosterone, and even estrogen, because there's got to be a balance. But
right.
Yeah.
So, but when you guys go out for a walk there, do you guys open up and talk about your feelings as well?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, absolutely. You know what it is, Tom? It's the locker room, but we're walking around.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're we can bust each other's chops and all that kind of stuff, and we get a workout in, because again, that's to me, and it's so funny. Like, you read these articles, and it was one, now obesity linked to diabetes. Oh, really? I would have never guessed. Never guessed that. Yeah. Or exercise helps with depression. I've known that forever. Yeah. And really, I think we try to overcomplicate things. And if we just go with basic logic, if you feel like crap, go for a walk, man. Get out in the sun.
Oh, absolutely.
And in fact, I was watching something or reading about like just that fact of this. What we talk about spring fever, which to you and I mean is going to Florida when you're in college. But there really is spring fever. What it is you're back out in the sun after being a gray doldrum, and your dopamine and serotonin and test and all those levels are getting jacked up where you're feeling great.
Right. Do you think we kind of get caught in this trap too, because it's cold? People think we got to stay inside. Bundle up and get outside. Right.
Well, yeah, exactly. And get out and get that morning sunshine. I talk about it all the time. Yeah. The one day a week we get it around here. But get out there, even if it's cold. You look at populations like Finland, all the northern populations that have that Alaska and 6 months of just gray dusk. The depression and alcohol and drug abuse and suicides through the roof.
The one thing too is like having friends around you that when you want to open up and tell them you got a problem, that they just listen to you instead of like telling,
without a doubt,
countering with their scenario the same as yours. Right? Just listen to people. Right?
It's very difficult to just listen, because we're all really happy about to talk about ourselves. But yeah, that's a great point, Tom. And it's so true that And I think you have to just kind of have your radar out, your antenna, just understand, well, okay, I got to listen. I got to shut up here for a
Yeah,
minute.
I know.
And I think
it is hard, right? Like you get caught.
Yeah.
People aren't bad people. It's just that
No.
you're going through stuff. You're going through stuff yourself. Now somebody comes to you, they're going through stuff, and it's hard to just sit there and listen to theirs.
Well,
maybe. So what do? You have a little trade off. Say let them do their venting for a little bit, and then say, you know what, I need to vent to you too. Or do you do that?
Or yeah, you could do that, or just not say anything and just listen,
right.
and then kind of process what they're telling you, and you could utilize that to say, oh, he's got the same problems I do, or maybe my problems aren't so bad. But you could reverse it so that you're helping your friend, but you're also introspective about it and kind of work on yourself a bit.
Right.
I had a guy I worked with years ago. This guy was a trip, man, and I told him this like story about something that happened over the weekend to a friend of mine, like car wreck, and then he had stolen it. And the guy goes, "Wow, that's pretty bad, man. It could have been worse." I go, "How could it have been worse?" He goes, "Could have been me." I said, "You got a good point there."
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. How big a deal do you make with people, especially people you just met for a while? And okay, so there's a woman I met, nice person, you know, divorced, kids, has got her own job, looks like a real good person. So she sends me a picture of herself and tells me she took it in the morning. But when you go to, I thought, oh, that's a nice looking picture. She's an attractive woman. I go to store it in my photos, and then it shows up, got the timestamp on it. It's from a year and a half ago. So
good looking woman, she just can't read a clock. Is what you
thinking, okay, why would you bother even lying to me about that? Like, why
well,
did you say to me, this is a picture from years ago.
Yeah.
I like the way I look in this picture. Why not just, instead of lying to me?
Because it's because of social media. And this is something that actually Chris Rock was talking about last night in his concert. And it's true. You know, we live for likes. Like we post stuff on Instagram or Facebook, and we're just checking for likes. We want to see who liked, who disliked. And I think for some women, not all, their face, their body, their look is really and it's nature. It's the first thing a male will recognize.
Totally. Okay.
And it becomes their business card. No, I don't want to say business card.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, yeah.
It becomes their introduction to get.
It's who they are more than with men. Right.
So I mean, I used to say, well, how come you're not just showing like a current picture? And now I think, well, you know what? If you're fine with it, I'm fine with it. You know, I don't look like
why lie to me about it though? That's the thing I have a concern about. Like
well,
I said,
that's a misrepresentation for sure.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, it wasn't a big deal. I just said, listen, I met her once, just briefly. We exchanged numbers. We were talking to each other. I said, and I asked very nicely, could you send me a picture? Because I thought you were an attractive woman when I met you. So, but I just don't know why I get it. What you're saying. She obviously wanted to send in a picture that she felt made her look attractive.
She felt comfortable with. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I get that. But why not just say to me, this is a picture from you. I really love this picture of myself. Why lie to me and specifically say this was a picture taken from this morning? Right.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the right way to do it. But obviously there's something motivating her not to, some self-image issues she's having now for sure.
Right.
And that's the thing with the male and female can put up a picture and they can Photoshop it. And, I look at my pictures. I can't even find one to Photoshop. That's how bad they are.
Stop. Okay. But do I take it too far to say to myself, I think I really don't want to go down the road with this woman because I just can't trust her.
Yeah. Well, then, I mean, here's, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said, listen, first impression is the last impression. Right. And if you're uncomfortable, it's not going to change. Red flags don't turn blue.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
See,
that's been my problem in the past in relationships too, where I just overlook things. That's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. But I'm thinking to myself,
I think we've done that in the past because we're more interested in the other part of it. Yeah. And we'll overlook something and we'll go, oh man.
And that has been the truth, but it also has been, like a part of it is me not knowing, okay, should I let this bother me or not? Like it kind of confusing myself. Like, should I just let it, instead of just saying, well, no, it does bother me. I can't trust this person now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you want to, especially if you're actually looking for more than just a date. Yeah. If you're looking to meet somebody that you want to maybe at some point establish some sort of relationship.
Sure. Again,
first impression is your last impression, and red flags are not going to turn blue.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, very true.
Both ways. I mean,
here's our buddy. We never did get this gentleman on the show here, Kelly Ricketts.
We got to get him on, man.
Or training regimens have always been a great tool for bad depression.
That dude right there, man. I tell you, you look up in a dictionary, man's man, like just true Canadian, like that's my friend Kelly, and plus he's just like incredible musician.
Kind
Yeah, and I'm jealous, man. He's up in northern BC now, and I mean northern BC.
Right.
And you know, it's really inspiring.
Ricketts.
It's
So
inspiring.
you can see it.
Yeah.
You can find Kelly Ricketts on Facebook. So look him up.
Yeah.
He's quite the gentleman. Yes.
Go on YouTube. He's got a whole bunch of really great music on YouTube. And he's also he's a high end boxing coach. I mean, so you know,
see Tracy Marie here. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you a little story. Like, we're tight. Like, we're just like tight. Like 2 fingers right there. That's Tracy.
Yeah,
Marie
yeah.
now. But she
Be careful.
She's having a hard time. She's having a hard time with our relationship. Like, it's a little bit like she picks on me sometimes. And I think she's having a hard time expressing herself. Here, I think clearly she's on my side. Tell me that's a red flag. But like, the other show I do on Wednesday morning, man, like she picks on me bad. But again, I'm taking it the right way because I feel like, again, it's that stress of our relationship that she just can't express herself properly. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, everything's different now. I truly believe COVID just changed the whole landscape of interpersonal relationships,
Right.
and you combine that with social media and dating websites and all this stuff.
Sorry, Mark, but here's what happens.
Right.
Okay, so now we're talking about feelings, and she has a hard time with things. So
Yeah,
stop the matter. This is what I'm talking about, right? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's fine. I mean, and then you know, I happen to be very, very lucky in my current. For a long time. For a long time. Really, really.
How long have you been together? How long have you been together?
Let's see, I got out of prison in 2000.
You guys have been. So, do you ever go back and say this is the starting point of our relationship? Like, have a date for the starting point?
Oh yeah.
Kids do that nowadays. Yeah.
No. Oh, have a date. Oh yeah, we go out. I mean, look, it's difficult.
No. You picked a time, like a specific time. Okay, this is October
Sometimes.
12th.
Oh no, well, not that far in advance, but like, yeah, hey, Saturday, let's go do
No,
this.
no, you missed me. Do you go back to say October 12th, 1975, we started our dating relationship?
I don't remember the date, but I remember our first date because I was to meet her at a restaurant, and I showed up late, kind of on purpose. And
playing hard to get.
You know,
date's really not that important to me.
You know, so I walked in.
Can't sort through that stuff.
Here's the best, man. I walk in, I scan, I go, okay, that was the real picture she sent me.
Right.
And I almost blew it because she's waiting so long for me that the bartender was hitting on her, and they're starting a conversation.
Oh.
Yeah. So and
but you never actually went back and said, okay, we officially started dating each other on a certain date.
Yeah, I would say it was the second time we met. We went to a movie. Yeah. And
really?
I felt very comfortable. She felt comfortable.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's because I didn't have my flip-flops on.
So have you two really discussed that and said, you know, this is when we really started dating. This is when I really felt like we were together.
I don't think we had that particular conversation, but we're both aware of it.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
we both acknowledge it. And you know, Beth is the kind of girl, she could look at a photograph and tell you, oh, that's 2000 what, by what she's wearing. Me, what do I wear? I wear the same thing.
Right, that's true. Like I think Tracy Marie and I think our relationship started. I'll have to figure that out. Probably maybe like a couple of weeks ago, she started picking on me, and I really felt comfortable.
But that's a sign of caring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's or empathy.
Yeah, that's true. Goalie scored a goal in the AHL this past weekend and raced out to the center, ice pounding the glass, celebrating the bench after the Bucks dropped. The other team started fighting.
Of course he did. Yeah, I mean that's funny. It doesn't happen every night. You know what, Barry? The thing about it is, no one likes to be showing up, especially if your team's not doing well and the goalie scores on you.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm surprised there isn't more of that. Like some of the stuff that guys do now, they could have done in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a different game.
Yeah, that is true. It has changed.
Yeah.
Okay. So our dance challenge is not going as planned.
Hey man, I sent you mine. I'll do another one. I'm dancing every day.
Did you send? Oh, that's right. You did. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You did workout dance. That's right too.
Yeah.
I just felt like dancing the other day too. Had the ass slap going and everything. Yeah.
By the way, and Barry Shelley can testify to this. We have video of the whole team dancing as they came off the bus.
Oh, nice.
So I got to get a hold of the people that do our PR to kind of encapsulate that and get it off to you.
Okay. Thank you, Barry, very much. I did not acknowledge that. I sent you one and donated. Thank you very much. So again, here's the deal. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can just do a simple dance, draw attention to the Garden of Dreams so people can donate. You can just donate if you'd like. You can request a dance from me. Any song you want, I'll dance to whatever it is.
I didn't know that part.
Oh, yeah. That's a new one. That's a new one. Or you could do all the above. Let's have some fun. So the idea is, guys, is just we want to raise awareness to the Garden of Dreams,
Right.
Madison Square Garden. And there's a lot of stuff to help kids and everything too. So good.
Yeah, and that's the reason to do it. I'll do another one. I'll go in the woods today, man.
I just think the more we're dancing, it feels good too. You dance.
You got to start popping them up though, so people can see them and vote on them.
That is point. That, you know what?
Yeah,
that is a very good point. I have to do a better job promoting the ones that have come through. Lorraine did one.
Because at some point you're going to have a winner, right here.
Tracy's good. Can you think about the ass slap? See, I always try to imitate like how she's saying those words. That what she's actually saying. Can you leave out the ass slap for the love of
See,
God?
I think that gives it a certain texture to the whole.
Yeah. Is that a question for the love of God? Should you have a question mark there? Can you leave out
for the love? Yeah.
And she capitalizes the out there too. So like she really has to accentuate
By the
that
way,
she doesn't want that in there.
Out. It's out.
I can't, you know what? I can't even fix that. I don't know why. Out.
Yeah.
Can you leave out?
How do you say coffee?
Coffee.
There you go. There you go.
How about you know what the hell the rain gutters in Canada? Eavesdrop.
There you go. Yeah. We call them gutters. So I had this Chinese kid come here a while back. He's actually got a big fight coming up. It's a heavyweight,
right?
And spoke zero English.
Oh,
so he came into the gym one day and he goes, "Mark, how are you?" I was like, "Whoa!" So they had hired someone to teach him English, right? So at the end of the day, he walks by the gym and he's pointing at his bag. He goes, "Whose bag?" No, he goes, "That is my bag." That's what he said. "That is my bag." So he's very excited. I said, "No, Gillet, you're in New Jersey. That is my bag." And so then it went from there, where one day we had a great workout, and I said, "Gillet, how was today's workout?" "Forget about it." Told him how to say that. So pretty cool.
Lorraine. Yeah, that was a good ass slap I had my last dance there too. I got like, you know how sometimes you slap your own ass, you've got to get the right smack. Like it's got to be a smack and not a punch kind of thing, right? I was pretty happy with that. The ass slap, that nice sound. You can really tell by the sound, right? If you get, do you ever just like stand in the kitchen, just grab your own ass or smack your own ass?
No,
you don't. Seriously? Oh, wow, I do.
No. I have punched myself in the face periodically. That's different. Yeah.
You don't ever come on. You never grab your own ass. Just check it out.
No, because it's kind of small.
Really?
And like I could probably cut my hand on it if I
I see.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you happy with your own ass? Like, do you feel comfortable with your ass?
Really don't see it. So
right, you don't care. It's none of my business. It's like us not watching the news.
Yeah.
So you can't see it.
I'm usually sitting on it or it's behind me. So
that's true. So what do you care? But
exactly.
But what about Beth though? Does she just look at it? Does she ever check it out? She ever smack it?
No, she can't get past the feet. She's like, oh.
Oh, geez, I mean, something wrong with me. I'll just be standing in the kitchen sometimes, just grab my own ass or smack it or whatever.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, but yeah. No, I'll try it when we get off. Yeah. I'll give it a shot here.
You want to stand up and do it right now?
Sure. Hold on.
Yeah, just give it a smack. Let's go on camera. Let's see that. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that was a good smack. That was a good smack.
How was that?
That was excellent smack. Good sound.
I think I just ripped my shoulder out though.
Oh, here's Tracy having a hard time expressing herself now. Okay. Me. She thinks that I always talk about myself. Wasn't talking about myself. I was talking about Mark's ass.
Listen,
right?
It's a great topic. Yeah. I mean, first of all, what's better to talk other than about ourselves?
Really, no kidding. We know ourselves well.
Yeah.
Right?
Working on it.
Don't have to do a lot of research. Let me see.
So what's going on with the training? We were talking before. I don't slap mine, but do slap my wife. Yeah, well, that
there you go. Yeah, that's the kind of required. Isn't that like a good relationship? Like if you don't slap your wife's ass, then
exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I dated a girl once. Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but you got to be. The age old question: do these jeans make my butt look big?
Oh.
The jeans had nothing to do with it. But anyway,
I know that's terrible. When a woman asks you, like a woman who is a little large, and she asks,
how do you answer that?
I know you can't lie to her. Then she can't.
So Seinfeld, did you watch Seinfeld?
I don't ever watch Seinfeld. Never watched it.
So Kramer, which was a guy that had no filter, right?
Right.
And Jerry starts dating this new girl, and blah blah. And he's in the kitchen with him, and he says, "Yeah, you're a really pretty girl, except for the nose."
Oh, jeez. Hey, let me ask Tracy. Tracy, do you ever smack your own butt? Let's see here. Like how she exaggerates things here. Like she makes love,
Yeah.
like lots of
It's
love.
great. It is a good show.
But does that mean like you're exaggerating the love? Like,
Yeah,
is it-
That's
okay.
what she means. Yeah.
But why are the like all the E's? Why not the both so O's or what's L's?
It drives
It's the
home.
last letter. Last letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, okay.
But I have to say, this show, we used to talk about like mitochondria and metabolism, and it's devolved into ass slapping.
Well, you think like there's got to be like why do I maybe we get through like why do we do things right? Like why do I
Yeah.
stand in the kitchen to smack my own ass and then
Yeah.
grab it too? Like I'll physically like, hold on to it. Like do I think it's going to go away or something like that? Or maybe I think my ass is
Well,
gonna
mine
abandon-
did.
I've
Mine
got my
did, yeah.
abandonment issues, so maybe I think my ass is going to abandon me or something.
Well, hold on. Just hold on for dear life.
Hold on to my ass. Oh. So you know it's funny. Like I've never watched Seinfeld, and when I say that to people, like, "What? You've never watched Seinfeld?" Oh.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, I've so like people go, oh, Jaws, no, didn't see it. What? Star Wars, no, didn't see that either.
Never saw Jaws?
Nah.
Really?
I mean, I get
Wow.
the look. I get it. It's a shark eats people. I mean, where we're going
Right.
with this thing here?
Right,
Yeah.
that's true. I still get a kick where they put the gas thing canister into.
Oh, the final
Sure.
scene. Yeah,
Right.
I didn't see the whole film, but I've seen that, and that is pretty
That's
cool.
sushi.
Yeah.
Get sushi flying around.
Yeah,
I've been dying to have sushi lately. I may well go get it today. Do you like
Don't
sushi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So people get confused between sushi and sashimi. Sashimi
Right.
is just the raw fish.
Right.
That I've had, but I stay away from it for obvious reasons. But sushi's good. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, sushi is just the rice and fish.
Well, so the fish ferments a little bit in the vinegar and stuff like that. So it actually there's a cooking to it. So it's not raw. It's raw in the sense that we're used to it, to
I
food.
eat it raw when I make it. I make it raw.
But you have vinegar in your rice, right? You don't.
No.
What do you
I put
common-
rice wine vinegar.
right.
Rice wine. Yep.
Yeah, there you
Right.
go. So that actually cooks the fish a little bit. Like the Spanish have ceviche, which is raw fish, but it's in a vinaigrette kind of thing that actually kind of cooks the fish a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's sashimi, sushi.
Sashimi is just straight up bang. They give you a piece of raw fish and you're down.
Right. Sushi
Yeah.
is the raw fish on the rice.
Yeah, rolled up in rice. Yeah.
No, sushi's raw fish just on the rice
Yeah.
because the roll is something different. I can't. It's called something.
Oh, I see what Ted's saying. Yeah. So it's a piece of rice and they put the fish on top of
Right,
it.
right.
The rolled is
Sashimi is just
yeah.
raw fish. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sashimi is raw fish.
or a bad cook.
Sushi. What's that?
Or a bad cook.
Bad. I'll tell you, there is like when you go to H Mart, I get my fish there. They're too expensive, but man, is it good? Oh,
You have to have quality fish for something like that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, good too. But it's like $40 a pound or something like that.
Oh, tuna's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I've watched these shows where when they bring a tuna in, they'll get like $8,000 for one tuna.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
especially
from
if it's
like Norway or something like that. Is it?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I
Hmm.
know. You know.
Oh, that's good though. Oh, the good
Oh,
raw
yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
Sashimi is the raw fish. Sushi is the fish on the rice.
On the
So
rice.
then a roll is
There is a word for it. I forget what it is.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe Ted knows.
sushi roll. Come on, Ted. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Love two hockey guys talking about Japanese cuisine. Ted, that's funny. Ted, very good. Good job. Two hockey guys.
Yeah,
talking
it's pretty-
Japanese.
It's pretty
Yeah.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah. Maki. Maki is
That's
the,
it. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's the roll.
I believe.
Okay.
Yep, that is.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. No, do you know what the seaweed paper is? You know what that's called? Here we go.
No.
Nori.
Ted might. I mean, Ted Nori.
Nori.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
Ted
meant
still.
to-
I'm angry at Ted. He still owes me my
Oh, Ted's
short-
your guy. I forgot about that.
short-
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
short rib because I got the Dutch oven and he said he's got this amazing short rib like in a red wine kind of.
Oh,
I'm waiting for that
recipe?
recipe. Yeah,
Oh.
because I'll tell you what, Beth got me that for Christmas and I had no idea how great that thing is.
Dutch oven?
Yeah. So now, like the other night, I just take carrots and celery and onion,
Mhm.
olive oil, a little seasoning, put the whole chicken in there, season up, stick it in the oven, forget about it, and then you pull it back out, and it's
Oh, really? Oh,
it's
nice.
incredibly good,
Nice. Oh.
really good.
I've learned recently that with chicken and with what else? Something else I was saying. With chicken in particular, cook it
Mhm.
high heat, right? And it won't dry out. It's like cook it in high heat.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of that Dutch oven. It's in there for like an hour, and then you take the lid off for the last half hour, 20 minutes, just to crisp
Oh.
up. but the chicken is so moist. It's
Oh.
it's just.
I tell you, I found that with the air fryer too. You cook it up faster, so it's like
Mhm.
the chicken
Seals it kinda?
chicken tenderloin. Yes. Oh yeah. Frozen chicken tenderloin. Throw it right in the air fryer, season up the way you want it. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I made a spicy salmon poppers. That's
I
what
saw those. Yeah, I saw that.
They're
That looked
pretty
good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
good.
looked real good.
Season up the way you want. Like get the little
Yeah.
sriracha sauce and the mayonnaise and everything.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Fasting right now. Though, have you eaten breakfast or are you fasting today?
I haven't eaten it yet.
Oh, okay.
When we get done, I'll have a little something.
Okay.
And then just trying to figure out. So I bought a brisket too. I'm going to try that. And Ted, I'll probably need your help on this one for the Dutch oven. Beef brisket. Because that's like a 3 to 4 hour really slow cook.
I've got a slow cooker. Yeah, that you really have to overcook that too to get it to like fall apart.
Yeah. So the Dutch oven, I quickly looked at the recipe this morning. So you put it in the Dutch oven. It's like 4 hours to start to finish.
Okay. So I think Tracy Marie here is like really warming, like she's getting more comfortable in our communication. It's just like a normal statement. She's not criticizing me, not taking me apart like that. So I think she's feeling more comfortable in our relationship.
I think it's going places.
Right, Tracy? You special person, you. What do you think she's thinking when I talk like that? Like, what do you think she's thinking? Like, oh my God, this guy's
what's going on here?
Really? Yeah. Guys need some. Is the guy drinking already, or like what's going on?
No,
is there a holiday? Is it Easter Monday or something? Or?
It may be. I think every day's a holiday if you really research it. I mean, last week was National Sons Day, so I put something up on social.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
So I remember when I first came to New York. So like in 1880, it was Ash Wednesday. People walking down the street with ashes before. I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Farm boy from Ontario. I was like, what?
Is there a water shortage? Oh God, Tracy Marie, she cooks. You can just do it all. Like, basically, it's all about her. Like it's her. Like she says, me. It's her. I appreciate.
This is one of our favorite topics for Tom and I.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? I'll tell you what. When I think about it,
it's pretty good the way you said that. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Like, I think Ted's right. And I remember like years ago up in where were we? Albany. You remember Jan Ludwig?
Yeah.
Now, he was a pretty good fighter.
I was good scrap against him. Yeah.
You did fight him.
Yes, that's right.
So we're leaving the rink. We're going to get some lunch or dinner or something. He goes, yeah, it's pretty weird. Because we had been on the ice that day, and there was a bunch of college kids it was their first year pro. So he was teaching them some fighting stuff, right? And he goes, so we're walking in, and he goes, it's pretty weird. A European, because everybody thought Euros were soft, right?
Yep.
And he said, that a European, and he used a certain word that female anatomy, would be teaching the boys how to fight, and a skinny little rat be their strength coach. I go, yeah, you got that right.
All right, Ted's coming through here with the recipe du jour, everybody. Unreal short rib Dutch oven recipe right there. Everybody.
That's it. All right, I'll have to text that to me, Ted, because
man, I'll tell you, I kind of go in cycles with my air fryer. Like I'll use it every day for a while, and then I get away from it for a while too.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the time you have.
Sex life.
That's what the doctor said. You got to cut your sex life in half. He said, which one? Thinking about it or dreaming about it?
Oh, I saw a funny. How did it go? The woman said she went to a gynecologist, and the doctor said she couldn't have sex for a month. And the husband said to her, "What did the dentist say?"
God, that's awful. That is bad. Ted just sent it. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, God.
So we're pretty excited. We have a game coming up March 25th.
Oh,
yeah, playing West Orange Fire Department.
Oh, very cool.
And those are always fun. We get a good turnout. Bill Brown's going to come with his Rutgers veterans group that he started.
Very cool.
And we're going to acknowledge them before the game, and they'll lead us to the 22 push-ups for suicide.
Where's this game again? What was it?
West Orange. So
I think I might have played in the charity game a few years ago.
You did. I'm sure you did. It used to be the old Devil's Practice facility before they built Prudential.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's an old barn. It's nice. It sits like 2,500 people. It's got some history to it.
Right.
So we're pretty excited about that. And we're still coming off the high at Cooperstown. I mean, that was just...
It's a good trip, man.
Oh my God, we had such a blast.
Barry Shelley's, man. He put a lot of work into that. Barry Shelley, again, a great friend of ours, great friend of the show. Former military police, lives up in Cooperstown. Put a big show together for Mark and his team, the New Jersey Warriors.
Yeah. You know what? We didn't get a chance to have a show last week, but I had got a letter from a young lady from Cooperstown was a card. It opened up, and she had put a whole bunch of photos that she had like framed, like with hockey. It was from her two kids, two little kids, signed it and wrote all the guys and women a letter. It was tremendous.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It was really cool.
Yeah, I had a fun weekend anyway too. I was up in Binghamton.
Saw
just outside
that.
of Binghamton.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
rink was cool. This family is fantastic. It's Larry Pierce, played hockey at Cornell, was a pretty good player. Great, like a really successful guy. He does his demolition work and he tries to save as much stuff as possible. And building 200 acres, they're constantly adding to it. Great guy. So the outdoor rink is a regular sized rink, NHL rink with the chiller and everything. It's fun. The neighbors aren't too happy though. So the neighbors were complaining because all the people were driving through the neighborhood to get to the rink. So he went and bought some more land and built a road on the back. So they didn't get interfered. He's just one of these fantastic guys. If he wants it, he's like a little kid. A team had come down from Southern Ontario to play in this ASHA, so it's American Special Hockey Association.
Right.
So this family, this whole team came down from Canada, and he was enthralled by the bus. He wants to buy his own bus. He's just like a little kid. He's fantastic. He's great to talk to. We really get to know each other. He's a really good guy. Really, all into like his workers. They're not allowed to say can't. There's always a way to get it done. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we had this past weekend John O'Connell, who is former Air Force pilot, who's plays blind hockey.
Oh, that's what you told me.
Yeah, so he was involved in a big charity game over the weekend, and it's just tremendous to see that kind of stuff.
I know it is fun, right? Being around like that special, those kind of people, so instead of complaining about things, they're just happy that they're doing it, right? So
and John is a tremendous individual. He told me his story about going to Grand Canyon. So there's a tour all the way down to the bottom.
Right.
And he's blind, and so he did it. He did it twice. But he's also
down on horses. They're down horses, or
I believe it's on a horse or foot with a horse. I'm not sure,
okay.
but I do remember him telling me you can't screw up, because if you screw up, and you have to get medevaced out, it's like $12,000 to pay for that helicopter. So he's a tremendous human being. His daughter Kristen she's part of our board now. She's tremendous, and just it's cool stuff to see the family like that together. And
I know. One of the best videos I've seen. This is this young girl. Looks like she's in her early 20s. Really pretty girl. She's only got one leg, and she's trying to do, I guess, a clean and jerk. And there's different versions of it, putting music to it. But basically, she tries it one time, she fails. She tries it the second time, she fails. She gets really emotional, and then the third time she gets it. I again, this is going to be a me. So Tracy will jump in this. But I always have this vision of myself. I play it every time before I go to the gym in the morning. I'll stand in my kitchen and I play it over and over. I have this vision that I'm yelling at her that she can do it. Like I'm yelling, "You can do it! You can do it!"
Well, so now,
it gets me so jacked up.
Here's what you got to do. When you're in the gym tomorrow, when's your next deadlift day?
Well, tomorrow's deadlift. Yep.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Smack that ass before every set. Just to get yourself jacked up.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll video that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, this video of this girl, like I've actually friended her on Instagram, and I tried to get her on the show. She's blowing me off entirely. she's got millions of followers, and she's cute. She probably thinks I'm hitting on her or something, but she's just so inspirational. She's got a whole bunch of she's very doing all these marathons and all this different kinds of stuff, working out just one leg. And what I liked about it is, again, this video, she just would not quit. Right, she kept going.
That's tremendous stuff. Yeah. There's a young man on Instagram. He's got cerebral palsy, and he's a golfer.
Oh,
and his swing is, how could I describe it? It's not a normal golf swing that you'd see.
Right.
It's very contorted, would be a great word.
Right.
And he smashes it.
Oh,
he's a golfer. He's really good. And I think, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I'm horrible. I'm awful.
It's a contest. You and I are the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But it's such a testament to like we always talk about. Don't let something. Don't prove people wrong.
Yeah. There's so many times where people just, you can't do that.
Exactly.
That can't be done. Yeah. There's another great video of this guy. I think he's from retired veteran, veteran, and he does like a clean and jerk with one arm. And
I've seen him. Yeah.
Have you seen that? Oh,
yeah.
I mean, he slams the weight down when he's done too. It's like, oh my God. If you can't get jacked up, right? You say to yourself, no excuses, right?
Exactly. It's just like, and there's a really great photo, I can find it, from last year's swim, guy going off the barge, one leg.
Yes, I saw that one. Yes. Yeah. And he just lets her loose too. He's
right back in the water to swim. And I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember, I think he swam with a weapon too. Because, they wrap it up.
Did?
But, a bunch of guys do. And they'll also bring some kind of maybe stuff that was from someone that didn't make it back or whatever.
Oh,
But yeah,
right.
but when you see that photo, you go, shut up,
I
man.
know.
Just
I
shut
know.
up.
Or that poster who's the guy that did the orange poster?
Oh, Jason Redmond.
Jason Redmond. Oh,
Yeah.
every time I've saved that now and I read that all the time too. It just gets me jacked up.
He's swimming this year again, and Bill's
he
got
is? Oh,
Bill just sent out an email I think yesterday with the list of who's already coming between SEALs and Patriots and whatnot. It's super impressive.
I'm gonna get him on a show. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
So if anybody hasn't seen it, he got hurt. He got wounded pretty severely. Was in the hospital, and I guess people were coming in feeling sorry for him and him down the dumps and everything. And he and his wife created. I saw him get interviewed about this. They made this poster up. I guess he was dictating it and she wrote it down. And then they put it on this big orange poster, basically saying, "Listen, if you're going to come in this room, this is a room of joy and happiness. Do not come in here whining and complaining. We're going to get better, and I'm going to get 100% better, and then I'm going to add 20% more on top of that."
Yeah.
It's like instead of there's no whining. I think his face still scarred up, lost an eye or whatever. And
yeah, he took some serious injuries.
Yeah,
and he's fine. You know?
I know.
God. Yeah.
We had there's a young boy. I've got to get in and see him too in the hospital. This Alex Wall, I believe is his last name. So he had been an intern with the Rangers, and I know his uncle very well, Brian Gersh, and he had a skiing accident. He's paralyzed. And rightfully so. You know the parents were they're down the dumps, sad and all that kind. I said, listen, you've got to get to him and tell him that he's going to walk. Tell him every day, all day long. Tell him he's going to walk. I just believe in that so much that power.
Well,
spirit,
and they're making really leaps and bounds with spinal cord injuries right now. And I think from what I've read and heard and seen that we're probably, again, every injury is different, but I think they're pretty close to being able to get people to move again. Yeah. I actually
mentally too, you got to tell yourself if you're sitting there all day long and saying people around you saying you can't walk. Well, that's what you're going to believe, right? You got to tell yourself, I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk.
So they're a while back, I had started in Gleason's Gym in New York, which is a very iconic, world-renowned boxing gym.
Sure.
I had started with Sean Cameron, who was a Iraq War veteran. He was a Ranger, did 2 pumps, but he had turned pro fighting when he came back, and we were working together. So we put together this veterans in the ring program at Gleason's. First of all, I got video. I got to show you. The first day we had guys come in, guys and women. I had an 88-year-old World War II vet doing pad work with me in the ring. Right. It was incredible.
Yeah.
But I contacted, I forget how it came to be, but there's a rehab facility for spinal cord injury in Toronto, actually. And it's called Aim to Walk. And I let them know what I was doing because we were going to get some wheelchair people in there. And they said it's so important that any kind of rotational work, even if they're in a wheelchair, because what it does is it increases blood flow. Because they start to lose organs if they don't get that blood flow. So it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that 88-year-old guy was trying. We get done. His name was John. So what are you going to do, John? I haven't been around here. I'm going to walk around the neighborhood for a while. That's all right.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that is funny. Yeah, the human spirit, right? I mean, I don't trust science. I believe it's not like sleep and all that kinds of stuff. Right. But I'm just thinking, like, the human spirit can overcome so much, right? It's just like you tell yourself you do it. I just believe over and over that, like, I try to do as much as I can with kids now. I say, so what's your dream? Well, I think I want to play in the dance. I said, okay, from now on, you're not going to think, you're going to do.
Right.
You're not going to just try it. You're going to play in the national. And they look at you like, okay, yeah, I get it.
Why not? Why not this particular person? And they also shoot for the stars, you hit the moon.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
You'll end up. You just end up.
That's important to say to the kids too. Listen, chances are you will not play in the National Hockey League. That's the fact. But it's the process that goes into getting to the National Hockey League that matters. Yeah. You apply that to the rest of your life and be successful. Sure. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I had a young man years ago, Tom, that I trained. He played football at William & Mary, and he was a tweener. He was like 6 foot, but he was 260.
Oh,
so he wasn't really tall enough to play the line.
Right.
He had played tight end at William & Mary, which is great football. It's Division I. So we went to a combine for the NFL, and they're like, if you don't run a 40, you're done. But I told him back then, obviously he was disappointed that he didn't get a look, but I said, listen, apply the same work you put in with me and with your football and your academics at William & Mary. Yeah. And he's got a business going now. He's He's done very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing with kids in sports. Like I wish the parents could just see, 10, 15, 20 years down
Ahead.
the road what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not about your kid chances of them getting to the National Hockey League slim, chances of them playing Division I college hockey or any sport is slim, getting a scholarship it's slim, but it's what they get out of it. It's like the life lessons they learn about, fight. Like again, you don't come and save the day, parents. Let them go figure it out for themselves, fight through it. They'll have so much more confidence. Yeah.
The problem now is that athletics have become big business.
Yeah, true.
And they're selling dreams that are not going to happen.
Yeah,
and that's what you got to kind of be careful of.
Yeah.
I worked years ago with this guy, Mark Bernard, who was from Sudbury.
Oh.
Really good skater. He'd have played Major A, but he got an eye injury and was blinded. But, he tremendous teacher. I mean, the guy could skate better than most NHLers I've met. But anyway, long story short, he had no filter again. He was brutally honest. And the guy sends for a skating lesson his son and his daughter. They come off the ice and the father says, "How'd they do?" He goes, "Kids ever think about racket sports?"
So kind of a sad story. We'll leave with this. Brian Berard, right?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So he lost his mother on Thursday
geez.
to a battle with cancer. Fantastic human being, though. I never forget. So when I first started, I was just getting going in the agent business, and he was going to be ranked as like #1 pick in the draft. So I sent out my letter and everything. And Brian's name is spelled Bryan.
Right.
Of course, I sent the letter out Brian. And she's the kind of woman, and I love this about her. That was her son. You were going to spell it correctly.
Yeah.
She was going to make sure you're going to spell it. She wrote back to me, or she called me. She says, "By the way, my son's name is spelled with an I, not a Y." But she did it in a way that was her son. She wasn't mean about it. I'll tell you, once I became part of the group, they were part of the family. She would die for you. Like she was just this kind of the cigarette smoker, and like somebody messed with her kids or messed with me, she would
be all over.
Oh, she didn't care who it was. It could be the president of the United States. You were not going to mess with her family. So she was a fantastic woman.
We called him Silverback.
Silverback. Why?
He's like a gorilla.
Oh, okay.
Big dude,
Yeah.
And of course, everybody knows. If you don't know, he was blinded in an eye.
Yeah.
Could see like shades. But so in practice, I got hit with a stick. I forget who, but now Rammer's got me on a table. He's looking at it, and here comes Brian. He goes, "I'll sew him up." Get out of here. Yeah.
Oh, he was funny. So I can tell the story now, but he missed a full season, got paid his insurance money, and then wanted to come back and play. And I was like, "Brian, you sure you want to play?" And so he went to Herb Brooks was coaching the U.S. Olympic team, and I called Herb up. I said, "Can he come to the training camp? I know he's not going to make the team." He said, "Okay, yeah, he can come skate." So the NHL team saw him, and the Rangers, Don Maloney, actually, my former roommate, signed him. But for him to come back, so he played 1 year with the Rangers, 1 year with Boston, 1 year with Chicago, a year with Columbus. So every time he went to a new team, they wanted to do an eye check on him. Well, he couldn't see out of the eye. So they that chart and everything. So we went and we'd studied the chart.
Memorize them?
Yeah, memorize. So I'd be in the room with him, and we had some code words like, "Brian, those shoes are terrible." That meant that the E was straight up.
Right. I like it.
It's so funny. I remember the time thinking, and it was kind of ridiculous because the teams really didn't care. They just wanted to know what his vision was. There was no rule because it never happened before. I should say that.
Greg Needham. Needham.
That's right. Greg Needham. And Greg, there's another guy too. Is it Needham or Neil? Well, it was
Greg Needham was the first one because he sued because he said, "I want to be able to play."
Oh,
because the NHL said, "No, you can't play if you're if you're blind in one eye."
Yeah, there's really no rule. Yeah,
so he sued to try to get to be able to play.
Yeah,
and I understand you don't want to lose the other eye. But,
I know.
Well, Brian.
When Brian told me he was going to play, I was like, "Really?" Because I remember the day after going up to Toronto, the day after the injury happened. It is Greg Neiled.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Danny's on fire today. Thank you, Danny.
He's on point, brother.
Yeah. But I remember going up to see Brian in the hospital like the day later or 2 days later. He couldn't walk through a doorway. Like his depth perception was just gone. So then to see him go and play in the National Hockey League, I was like, wow, that's
an incredible story. Yeah. And he didn't let it, again, he didn't bother him. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah,
I think more psychologically, because I think first overall pick of the draft, rookie of the year. So the vision was he's going to be this
major impact.
Yeah. And it just didn't happen because of the eye injury. So it's it's frustrating. He dreamed all his life of being and he was like Gretzky was in that he wanted to be the best player possible. Like some guys like myself, I just dreamed of playing in the National Hockey League, and he had this vision that he was going to be something special.
And he was.
Yeah. Tracy, damn, the referees are blind. How do they do this? Oh, jeez, Tracy. But okay. I should be. She's not picking on me. She's picking on referees. So I feel good. I feel like I'm going to end the show.
That's an improvement. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
going in the right direction.
Yeah. Like my relationship with Tracy is really solid now. I feel good about it. So I'm going to stop it right there. All right, so we don't go any farther, and I ruin it because she pick on me or something. So, all right, Mr. Puttenvink, great to see you again.
Yes, sir.
Good
Always.
show. What's going on? Exciting coming up? Oh, there is.
Just some ass slapping, I think, is in the future.
That's
here.
right
Yeah.
too. That's right.
Yeah.
Deadlifting tomorrow. Be some ass slapping videos.
But
Yeah.
you gotta start posting those videos. So people
I
see
know,
what people
I
are
know.
sending you.
I know.
Yeah.
JC, would you need your dance video? Okay.
I think we should make Tracy maybe the arbiter, or not the arbiter, the judge.
Well, we tried to stay away from judging the dance videos because we didn't want
Okay.
people not sending in because they were going to be judged. We just said, listen, it's the effort you put into it. It's about raising
about
awareness.
Reviews and suggestions. I mean, she gave you a suggestion.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People have no problem. And so that's the
Yeah.
thing. So if you don't feel like dancing yourself, you can either donate or you can send in a song that you want me to dance
Right.
to, and then you
Yeah.
donate. Okay. So because I think I do need to say my dancing is really getting pretty good.
It's pretty on point, bro. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you, man.
I hit the shoulders moving, everything, the
Yeah.
arms up in the air, the whole
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
You remind me of a young Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly. All right. Great to see you again.
All
See you
right.
next week. See you, everybody.
Let's see, but
Slap that ass.
yeah.